Seems an awful lot of effort, mate, just to make a blooming camping table.
Yeah, you should have gone to Go Outdoors. Cheaper there as well.
So we're back, guys. We've just been to Spectrum Alloys and we've come back with a load more sheet aluminium. We've had it all cut to size to fit the canopy that you saw us making in the previous couple of videos, and we've just built the first door. So if you remember, we made that aluminium frame out of the box section, and we've just glued and riveted this piece of aluminium to the front, and I tell you what, it's come out really sturdy. It's still nice and light, but it is rigid. We obviously did manage to get this perfectly square because this piece of aluminium fitted absolutely perfectly. So we've just put all the rivets in. We've got the blind rivets, which is basically because what we had found out is we hadn't thought ahead, and on the chassis, when we basically temporarily riveted our piece of aluminium onto that, we just used normal rivets, and we've just discovered that all of basically the framework on that chassis that we built, the tray, is full of full of water.
No, oil's normally what runs out of the engine.
That's what normally comes out of my engine. But it's full of water, so we drilled some drain holes to let all of that water out. And what we're going to do is use these basically marine stroke kind of aeroplane type rivets, which will seal, so there won't be any kind of holes then to let water through. So we've built the first one. This is how it's going to come out. I'm just going to show you how we go about doing that on the second one. Right, so we're back at Spectrum Alloys this morning, and if you remember in the previous video I said I'd spend 168 quid plus the VAT to buy all the aluminium box section for the framework, and I spent another 175 quid this morning plus the VAT in order to buy all the sheet. I did buy an extra piece of sheet which we're going to use to form a fold down table, and we also bought some right angled pieces of aluminium which is going to use to form our basically our door seal, so that we can put our door seal on. So I've got about 7-8 meters of this that we're going to use to put around the inside of the frame where the door is going to close onto. So what I've done at the moment is I've basically taped this down onto the frame. I'm setting a load of rivets like evenly spaced out. I'm going to drill all the holes for it, and then we're going to use the bonding glue, the two-part adhesive that we showed you in the last video, to stick it down. I've also purchased some basically sort of compression locks. I've got 2 of these for each side. These weren't cheap. These about, I think, came to about £45 for 4 of these. And we've got the hinges, which will be fitting once we know everything's lined up on the doors.
Does that drill need shortening it?
Yeah, I think it does actually. Wouldn't do any harm.
Oh god, yeah.
So,
Yeah, just
it's done a few holes. Yep.
So, do we feel the...
Yeah, before we rivet it, otherwise it'll be harder to get it off afterwards, won't it?
Yeah.
But if you slide it into place,
Just make sure it fits.
well, because then we can, I suppose, tilt it up,
Glue it. Yeah,
drop
it
it
makes
down,
sense.
can't we?
Yeah. Makes sense. And the rivet holes line up, that's good. Let's pull it out.
Put a couple of rivets in just to make sure we're lined up.
That'll be fine. Inspection panel for the water tank, guys. Just in case you ever need to get in it.
Yeah, so we're going to stick this and glue this permanently and paint it at some stage, aren't we? But we're not fussing about that at the moment.
Well, I think they're rust, is it?
It's not going to rust. We're going to probably just glue along this edge, can't we?
Yeah.
Rather
we'll glue the whole thing down, yeah.
Yeah, but rather than
And then
trying to
just
rivet it, it's quite close to the edge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just glue it.
Yeah, that glue will hold it.
Yeah, glue, glue.
Well, seam mastic anyway.
Right, so I must remember on this bit I'm only doing the very edge. Right.
Yeah, you're doing the opposite edge. She's like this.
Where is she? Right, if you could just lay back on the table, sir. I won't be using lube today.
It's not the first time you said that, is it?
I'll be using black mastic. Right, we can flip this up. We should actually miss everything, shouldn't we, or will we?
I don't know, because I put the camera in the way.
Yeah.
Can we just hold it?
You just flip it up out of the way. If you come my way a bit, just slide it along. I'll get past that, and then we're up and out the way, aren't we?
I don't know, some idiot put a camera in the way. Mastic on, I'll just let it back to you.
Yeah, alright, makes sense. Watch the camera.
Yeah, I saw it.
I think for take 2, we'll move the camera.
Won't go off quite as quick as that, obviously.
Alright, good job, because there's a fucking lot to do.
Is this where you wish you'd started from the middle instead of the bit that you're now leaning over?
Well, I was going to pass it. I was going to try and lean halfway, then pass it to you. So I'm thinking. Yeah.
Did you get drain holes in that one? In that middle one?
Yeah, I got them in each end of this one because
Right,
it's one piece,
it's
isn't it?
one piece, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine. So let's put a door in the way here as well. Right, I'd put the back edge on first, so we know roughly where that's going to go. Right, we are, because there's a bob on all those holes line up. It's amazing how fast they disappear, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? It's,
For some reason it won't grip that one. The only one you tried to do.
Yeah.
Literally, the only one of those you tried to do with this, it won't work on it.
It's that and the fucking ring on that finger. It's exactly where I press it every time. I'm dead, huh?
Yeah.
No.
Amazing, isn't it? You've put the
Yeah.
glue on it. Never fails to amaze me just putting a bit of glue on. Aluminum. The new wood. Is it wood for the 21st century?
Yeah, it's wood for Raptor's garage.
Yeah. That is literally the coolest garden table I've seen. He's hard at work. And that's what you're missing out on. That's what you need. Sun, cold beer, and the best drinks table ever. No? It's going to end up as a drinks table, isn't it?
It is. It's not collapsible.
So you're not doing it right. You need
Right.
beer and power tools.
Yeah. We're happy with this, aren't we?
Yeah, it's bob
It's
on.
all fucking smooth.
It looks spot on to me. But I've had a few of these, so it's fine. No, it's upside down. That's it, run that beer. You know that's the only bit with holes in. Oh, it's fine.
At least someone's paying attention to this fucking project.
It might be the top, but it's just the only bit of holes.
Where's our collection of rivets that we've thrown around? So it's the next day. It's all part of the same video. But yeah, we've been diligently beaving away this morning. Paul's basically done some extra welding just to kind of strengthen up all the corners, because while we were flexing it a bit, trying to make sure it was perfectly lined, Paul wanted to make sure all the corners, nothing had cracked or anything, so he's gone around those. We've got the other side on that we've done. We've just temporarily put the roof on. We weren't going to put it on permanently just yet, because when we start putting hinges in the doors and door seal, it might be quite handy just to be able to climb in and out and adjust things. But what we did do is, because everything's been cut obviously perfectly square, once we put this on temporarily, because basically by forcing that to all sit flush, it twisted that little bit of a kink that we had in it down here. So previously we'd been ratcheting it down.
There's no weeble wobbling anymore.
No, we had the intention of fixing it with straighten it.
That, we can actually fasten the top on permanently now, because we know it's square.
Yeah,
so
it's easier.
Yeah,
to save taking the oil. I was probably going to take this off to get to it.
No, we can do it. Now we know it's square.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to put it on.
Excellent.
Trial fitting.
How big is this? It's huge. The space is going to be awesome.
He's sleeping in this tonight.
Yeah.
It's his new camper.
And we're carpeting in it.
Yeah, nothing
in
it.
Mate, Ange can sleep in it, couldn't she?
Yeah. And she could go in the glove box.
Yeah, that's true.
Just don't tell her. I'm getting a slap later, I'll tell you when she sees that. I'm getting a slap.
So what we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to we'll take it off so we can fix that roof down. Although I did say maybe hang doors.
No, because we know it's square now.
Yeah.
That's what I just said, because we know it's square now and it's level. We're not going to get it any more level than it is, because there's no weeble wobble in that now. It's done. So we can fasten that top on, fasten the body down, and then hang the doors.
And then hang the doors there.
Because we know it's all going to fit. So glue that in, drill another 1,000,000 holes.
I'll drill the holes now. So we're going to drill 3 holes in the bottom straight through this base. One's going to be for running some electrics in, one's going to be for running the hose for the compressor. Yeah. The compressor will be in here. Yeah. And then one more for the water pipe to come up to a tap on the inside. I'm going to put rubber grommet on this, rubber grommet on the base, and then they should sit on top of each other and form, reasonably good seal.
And we're going to bolt this base down again.
And drill the holes for the base.
Yeah, so we're going to take 4 of the rivets out, like 1 here, 1 there, 2 on the other side, and bolt this in, because this is fastened through this. Basically we're just spreading the load, so yeah, just securing things. Big
heavy duty spreader plates that we're going to put underneath it, so make sure this is glued anyway. This has been stuck down and riveted, but we'll put some bolts in as well. But
just security really.
Yeah. Can't overdo it.
No, not when he puts it on its side.
No.
Like, oh look, you can put the whole truck on it.
This thing is awesome. I love this. So much space in it.
That's going to be so much better than that stupid
trying to deal with
load bed that they put on them.
Yeah, this doesn't work. Well, we put an access hatch in there. So my other thought was, what if I had just a sheet of...
Okay then, how about if we just go to the place that makes the neoprene gasket and get the big wide stuff and put 4 big strips?
Yeah.
So literally it covers the whole thing. Yeah. Because they do it about that wide.
Yeah.
It's only up the road.
Yeah, let's do
that self-adhesive stuff out before. They do it like that wide. They do it like 1/2 metre wide. You just put that'll do. Underneath.
3 strips down the middle of it.
And then that'll act as a shock absorber. There's, I'll find the address. Literally, they're only up in Burslem. Burslem or Tunstall they're in. Yeah, we'll just go to the neoprene place. You're amazed we got it as straight as we have, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. But no, probably less so than realising how much it warps. I don't take into account how stuff's so thick and big and heavy. Even when you do the fucking steel, I'm like, how the fuck is that warped? But you just can't comprehend how hot that shit is.
It bends everything. I've watched them build boats.
And bend it over.
And then have to use a 40-ton horsepower and digger to push it back straight while they weld something in to brace it.
Yeah.
Things like clean on that balloon. I've heard them wailing on them with sledgehammers for hours trying to straighten bits as well. Ben, it's all. Just get one in. Should be able to start dropping all the ones in. Whilst we've got it here, we're going to put the other piece of tread plate on the top.
That's right.
Is that why you look over into it while you're putting the drill on?
Yeah.
I'm drilling my eye out!
Oh, get out.
I'm drilling my eye!
Power makes sense there because all the power is going to come down the same line as this.
Yep.
And I bob it up through there. Doesn't interfere with anything because wolf boxes are there.
Yep.
And power can just come up this wall.
I would go a little bit further back. I'd get as close to the edge as you can.
Sort of there.
Yeah.
In that corner.
No, if I was getting anywhere, I'd go in that corner because that's where nothing's going to end up, isn't it?
No.
And it doesn't interfere with anything. So
No, only room for it to come through.
Yeah.
So I have to drill this pilot hole first. So the door pixies have been along.
Yep. And left beer.
And left beer and put a door on. So
You have to make the
noise. Because the will come. So get some gas struts on that at some point.
Yeah.
And we can put the door seal in. We've got the stuff to do the door seal.
Well, we'll cut that in a bit.
Yeah.
If we measure it all out, just do on the mitre saw
again.
and angle them. Because they've only got to be drilled and riveted. We should be able to get that one today with the.
Yeah.
If not, definitely tomorrow.
Yeah.
I need to get the locks on so you can fasten it. Locks would be good. Definitely think locks would be good.
Locks on, yeah.
Save everything just falling out.
Oh, it doesn't catch. Alright.
Face, isn't it? Right. And for the time being, you can dazzle people.
I'll polish it up to a high polish.
Yeah, mirror finish.
Yeah.
That's ace. Right, let's get this other door on. Now we're drinking beer and celebrating.
And now let's try and line this door.
Perfect. Perfect. Super glue.
Right.
Flip the door over. Just for shits and giggles.
and giggles. You never know.
No.
This is the side we're hinging on, isn't it? We don't want it dropping down that side. Here.
Oh, actually, that's not too bad.
No, I mean, because I can go fairly flush this side, can't I? So I can do it going up a bit on my side.
Can't we just slide it?
Is that some fancy BMW style slidey door?
Right, we're going to thicker one of these.
Yeah, I want to thicken my side, don't I? How are we going to...
Hang on, which fingers?
That's impressive. I was thinking, that's not doable.
Well guys, as I'm now the voice behind the camera, Chris is going to give you a demonstration of the new swingy doors.
Beer.
Oh,
And rain. I mean, come on.
Beer and rain. Now there's a combination for you. This is where he can't get it open now, because we haven't put any handles on.
You're right, I can't get it open.
Oh,
hang on.
I've got the other screwdriver.
I've got it. I've got it. Right, so this door, as we said.
Hang on. Dun 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 dun.
So the idea behind this, guys, is again, it's going to be on gas struts, so it will stay open, and then we'll have a table that will drop down from here. So we can click on here. I want to put some little, maybe sort of like shelves of some sort, little, not shelves, but you know, little hold holes to hold bits and pieces. I was actually thinking shaving mirror, you know,
Beer holder
beer holder
for breakfast,
and then the fridge freezer here, so that can come out. So once we've got everything out, we can basically prep and everything, and maybe some sort of drawer system here. But even as it stands, 6 wolf boxes can be stored on that side, plus the fridge freezer, plus 3 wolf boxes. So not whilst, you know, I've said in the past, we'll still use some wolf boxes, but just to give you an idea of how much space there is inside here, this thing will hold 9 wolf boxes plus Paul. But then Paul is very small. The camera is a bit of an illusion. He's only 4'2".
Not that tall.
I'm often squatting down in order to just kind of balance things out. That's it. It's in. Both the doors are on and both the doors close. So yeah, almost there.
Sorted.
That. Yeah.
Sorted.
Yeah.
Keep the rain off.
It's well away.
That is awesome.
So now the fun and games is putting the door handles on, the compression handles, because they're an awkward shape for a start, aren't they? It's actually the hole we've got to cut out.
It's more or less square, but it's just got. Yeah,
I
think I'll have a play on a piece of scrap aluminium first and use that to make a template.
Yeah.
Then we can just scribe it out on the door.
Each time.
Or we can just ruin the doors and have a go on them.
Yeah, they can't do that.
Okay. Door handles.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's so spacious as well. It's not. It doesn't look big and cumbersome. I didn't want it as that big kind of almost ambulance type look. You know what some of the Aussie vehicles you see with this great big huge thing on about. I didn't want that, because a lot of what we want to do, want to get a bit more when we go off road. We want to go off road. So I don't want this big huge thing on the back that's going to get hit by branches or.
Well, if you had it, if you've got it coming out like beyond the body line and up here,
yeah,
the first tree, especially on a nice narrow lane, is just going to go smack. And it's like, oh, the door's now ruined.
And it's still a huge amount of space.
Yeah. But no, that's awesome. And it's still raining.
So, and it's still raining. Right, let's get the awning out.
Let's get some more beer.
Right, beer, and then try and do the most precise measurements of the day.
Right, so I'm going to cut one out and I'm going to make a template.
Yeah.
Right.
Sounds like a plan. Right, tidy up, so we're on top of
Yeah, you gather up all the tools, I'll scrap things away.
And we is live and we is rolling.
It's been wet. This is day 4. So we didn't get much filming done. In fact, we got no filming done. So I spent another half a day here with Paul yesterday in between the showers. It was absolutely lashing down. But we've done a fair bit, guys. We just haven't sort of been getting around to doing the filming. But it's all together. We're just finishing this second door. We've got the door locks in. They're all working. We've got the other side. What we're doing now is we're basically putting this 12mm angle in all around the door edge. We're riveting and we're gluing that in. And then we've got this door seal that we've got that we're then fixing all the way around it. We'll show you the other side because that all works. We've got the door to clamp. They're the compression latches, so they basically pull it. We can adjust it to pull the door up tight against them. While we were getting stopped in the downpours, started messing about making this table. So we basically just picked up this piece of aluminium from Spectrum Alloys just for fibre in their scrap bin. They cut it to size for us, and then we've used some of this angle that was left over to rivet on just to stiffen it up. Popped it on a couple of hinges, and then what we'll do is there'll be a couple of just like some wire cables to drop it down on, and then it will just fold up out of the way. So we'll open the door. These will be on some gas struts at some point so it stays open. drop the door table down, nice big table to work off. So it has come together fantastic. It's looking awesome, and the storage space is unbelievable. There's so much room in here, and it's all going to be usable because it's a square box.
And at the moment we've got the nice technical cardboard tube holding up the door, which yesterday in the rain we were expecting to collapse because it was so soggy.
There you go, guys. So again, a bit sporadic with the filming, but we've been just trying to crack on to get this because of the rain off and on all day long. Beautiful sunshine now. We've just come back from picking up another roof tent to pull, but we'll tell you more about that in another video. But yeah, it's all on. Final door's been done. Pop that, and there you go. So we've got a flip down table. I've got to put some cables on to support it once it's down, and just copious amounts of space. So my next thing now is I've got a load of stuff I need to get moved to do with the overlanding stuff, so I'm going to pile it all in, get myself home and just spend a couple of days setting stuff up, arranging it, and start living with it for a bit before I decide where I want to put things. So obviously now that's pretty much what I said, you know, in an earlier video. Phase 2, this is built. We're going to paint this at some point, so obviously bring in a video on how we're going to paint it. We're going to paint it, and I'm going to do all the electrics. I'm going to do all the new electrics in the back, run some power through to here, put the compressor in the back, which is going to power that air tank that we built into the frame underneath. But absolutely chuffed to bits with this. This thing is absolutely awesome. The space is unreal. It's come out 10 times better than I thought, and this has all been built, you know, without a jig. This has all been basically, as we say, it's built not bought. So who knows, you might be doing this one day in the future for someone else. I'm sure we'll find another project to do something like this with. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Check out the links in the description below, and stay tuned for the next video, because soon we're going to be taking these things out back to the Pyrenees.